More Group D action for your head tops. Australia versus Denmark. The game will be on November 30th at the Al Janoub Stadium. And this is a huge one because both teams are still alive and they got their tails up and they would want to stay in the competition, of course. So let's talk a bit about the results so far for each team at the World Cup. So for Australia, they started well against France, scored the opening goal, but then took four, lost the game 4-1. And when I personally thought that they would lose and get eliminated against Tunisia, they came, they played well, and they won the game. Mitch Duke with a really good goal. They defended well. Big 3 points. So Australia, second, still alive. As for Denmark, they've been rather disappointing, in my opinion. The draw against Tunisia was not expected, but credit goes to Tunisia. But Denmark is still basically trying to find their feet in the tournament. They're like all over the place. And they need to get the act together. This is the game to do it. Against France, where they had a very good record coming into the tournament, they fought, but in the final third, it was just lacking. They didn't have much creative ideas. And France overcame through Kylian Mbappe. 2-1 loss to Denmark. Now they're in a must-win situation, and I mean must-win. And we'll get to what each team needs, but Denmark needs a win. So in terms of the Group D table, France on top with 6 points. They have already booked themselves a place into the round of 16 and would just want to put the polish, the sheen on top of their group stage campaign. Australia a second with 3 points, while Denmark a third with 1, and Tunisia at the bottom with 1, yet to score a goal at the tournament. In terms of the head-to-head between the two teams, there's been 4 previous meetings between Australia and Denmark, with Australia winning 1, Denmark winning 2, and the last meeting between the two teams, which was at the 2018 World Cup, where they were both in the same group along with France and Peru, that game ended in a 1-1 draw. Australia would absolutely love that result. They would do anything for that result. And it's a possibility, definitely a possibility, because where there's a will, there's indeed a way. I don't want to get too biblical on you right now, but you know what I'm talking about. Guys, in terms of injuries and suspension for both Australia and Denmark, for Australia, Martin Boyle's been dealing with some injury, and Graham Arnold, have been, using his squad very well, in my opinion. But I think he could tap further into his squad and make some changes in this crunch and pivotal game against Denmark. And one recommendation, Awema Bill, he used to play his football in Denmark. He deserves a start. And Aiden Hutstich, this skillful player, he deserves a start as well. Spice it up a little, Graham Arnold. You know what I mean? I like when he took out Atkinson and he brought in Karacic. That was a really good move. And there's a few other changes he could definitely make. Aaron Moore would be a key player. Mitch Duke as well. Riley McGree. And the defense and Matt Ryan, they're going to need to be switched on. Harry Suter is going to need to put out another big performance again against the Danes, who themselves, could be a very, very good defensive team, but also offensively, the Danes could be very dangerous. As for Denmark, Thomas Delaney, he's out of the World Cup. I don't think they have many other injury concerns, but Kasper Hjulmand still yet to get his combination right, in my opinion. Some changes definitely have to be made because no wins yet, and they've only scored once. So you could see where they're struggling in the creative department and also in the goal scoring department. Who's going to bear that goal scoring burden for Denmark? Andreas Christensen, the defender, scored their only goal so far. Something needs to change. Maybe Christian Eriksen push up further into a false 9 position, get him as far up the field as possible. Do something. I'm just saying, do something different. Pierre-Emil Heiber has been good. They need some inspiration. They need an X factor when the X factor player isn't doing too well. But we know Denmark are that type of team. that could rise to the occasion, and they'll take some time to heat up. So in terms of the team news, that's what we got. So what we're going to do really quick, let's jump into some of the key insights for both teams. And the first insight, Australia. Australia have lost 8 of their 11 World Cup games against European sides, winning 1 and drawing 2, failing to keep a clean sheet in all 11 matches. However, one of the 3 times they avoided defeat was against Denmark, a 1-1 in 2018. So that'll give them some hope. For Denmark, they're winless in their last 5 World Cup games, drawing 4 and losing 1, since beating Peru on match day 1 in the 2018 tournament. Following their defeat to France, they could lose back-to-back group stage matches at the tournament for the very first time, which is also a very, very good record there for Denmark. So what does each team need to advance? For Australia, a draw. Let's take a look at the table. Let me bring up the table so you guys get a clearer picture. A draw for Australia would take them up to 4 points, and they would need Tunisia to fail to win, right? If Tunisia fails to win, it means they would get no higher than 2 points. And Australia with a draw will go up to 4. Denmark would stay on 2 points. And a win does it. A win definitely does it for them. They're in with France. A loss, out. Because Denmark will go up to 4 points, and then it would be between Denmark and Tunisia to scrap that out, right? For Denmark, a win and a Tunisia loss or draw, and the Danes are through. With that being said, guys, time to make my prediction. Who do I think will move on from Group D with France to play one of those teams from Group C? We don't know who that team is going to be yet, who those teams are going to be yet. But Denmark are a type of team, right? At their last major tournament, which was Euro 2020, they didn't do too well in the group at all. Christian Eriksen had a situation. Thank God he is good and he is present with us at the World Cup. It started slowly. I think they lost their 2 games and won 1 and barely got out the group and made a run to the semis. And maybe should have won that semis, could have won that Euros as well. Inspired by what they did back in 1992 and winning the Confederations Cup in 1995. So Denmark do have major honors in world football. A lot of people had high hopes of Denmark at this World Cup. So far, they have been a letdown, I have to say. Big time letdown. Kasper Hjulmand hasn't been able to get his combination correctly. The players are not really stepping up. I don't know if it's because the World Cup is being held in the middle of the season. That's affecting the team. I don't know. Maybe. I could only speculate. I could only assume. But Denmark are a type of team that could come to the party fashionably late. As for Australia, very gritty outfit. We know that. They love to do things the hard way through qualifiers. Right now at the World Cup, I never thought they would be in a great position to move on. And they represent the AFC. So the World Cup is hosted by their confederation. So they would want to go through, right? They would want to make the AFC look good. Does Australia have enough quality to upend this Danish team and even get a draw? Because a point does it for them. Because France, Tunisia, I think that one is a bit one-sided. Go check out the preview for that one still. But Australia, are they going to shock me again? Because I didn't even predict them to get past Peru in the Confederations, Interconfederations playoff. I didn't. They did. They did. They really, really did. And it would be nice to see Graham Arnold get this team into the round of 16. But for some reason, I just have a feeling this would be the day that the Danish team come good, like finally. And we say, okay, they've arrived. They've arrived. Oh, all right. Oh, okay, guys, stop panicking. Denmark are here. They're here. I think Denmark's going to win this game 2-0. They're very difficult to break down defensively. It took something special from Mbappe to beat Denmark. Really, Mbappe and Griezmann and co had to really tap into their talent to beat this Danish team. I don't think Denmark lose. I think they go on to win 2-0. Guys, have a prediction down below. Let me know if I missed any major talking points. Subscribe to the channel video. Go check out all the other previews. From boy down. Until next time. Peace out. Rich Squad. Peace. Could tell I'm having fun, right? I know.